Hi guys, TinaGale here with My Scrappy Ideas. I'm so excited to be back with another Focus on Sketches 3 Ways or More. So this is the sketch that we've been working with the last couple of weeks. This is from Creative Scrappers. Christine Davidson has designed this. And if you've been following along, this is the first layout that I did, and we turned it 180 degrees and exchanged the one photo for the photo and the journaling, and that was about all the changes. So you can back up and watch that process video if you've missed it. The second one was this layout where we took the sketch and we just expanded it to fill the entire 12 by 12 layout. And we added photos. When we expanded, we added an extra photo. We've stretched out these pieces here. So again, if you want to catch up on all of that, there's a process video for that one. Now for our third version of this sketch, I've pulled out the Photo Play Happy Glamper collection. And I have a couple of photos, and what I'm going to attempt to share today with you is to how to take this sketch, and where last week we expanded it and stretched it all out, this week we're going to do a little bit of squishing, so we're going to pull those photos together, and they're actually going to come down and kind of overlap this background piece. But there's one other thing that we're going to do to change this up. So far, all of the layouts that we've done are very linear, they're very graphic, everything's in straight lines, just a very straightforward, streamlined sketch. So this time, we're going to jazz it up a little bit, put a little fun twist on it, and instead of all of this being so linear, we're going to put some movement into the layout. I have some really fun little pictures here of my son riding his little scooter. And so he is just a little boy that was on the go all of the time. So I want this layout to represent that fun movement and just, you know, just a bundle of energy. So I've picked bright colors. This collection's really great because this is what I'm planning on using. I have this fun stripe, and it's not, if you'll notice, it's not a straight linear stripe. It has all of these kind of wavy, wiggly lines. Not crazy, but just that fun little movement. I have these fun little cloud pattern, the fun colors, and then I'm going to use these strips, this cut apart sheet that has all these strips. I'm going to take full advantage of it, cut those strips out, and that's what we're going to use on this sketch. So I hope you're enjoying this. I'd love to have all of your feedback. Post it down below. Remember, there's links to a Pinterest board where I'm pinning the sketches that I'm using as well as the layouts that I've created, so that if you want to pin those and play along, you can get all of that information. Also, if you'll hop over to my blog, there's links to all of the products and the names of the paper lines and all of that. So lots more information that you can get on my blog. So if you're not already a subscriber, be sure to hit subscribe and click the thumbs up button if you're enjoying this series. So let's get started on this layout. So the first thing I did was just cut that square of the squiggly striped paper and put that onto the back. And I went to my sewing machine and just stitched around it, and I tried to get a little squiggly on it, but it's not very much. I stayed pretty straight, so kind of failed. Then I went to that border sheet and I cut all of the strips apart and laid them out and decided which colors I wanted to use. I loved the little campers, even though it really didn't have a lot to do with the photos or anything, but I had to use them. So I'm just splitting them up to where I have some different sizes next to each other, and then I have some smaller strips that's going to go over the top. And I cut those two little narrow strips that are up there on the very top there that I'm adhering now, that red one and then that green one that says "Let's hit the open road." So those were my final ones that I kind of popped onto the top of all of the strips just for a little bit of added interest. Now you'll notice here that they're going not in a straight line. So like I said earlier, the sketch was very structured, very straight, very linear. So I'm changing it up to be very free-flowing and to match the mood of the photos and the stories that I want to tell. So I kind of started with the middle going relatively straight and then fanned them out. And I kind of wished that I'd fanned them just a little bit more. It was kind of hard to tell. I moved them back and forth a few times, and moved it up, split it apart, did all that because I wanted it just a little bit wider. It wasn't going as far to the top of the photos as I wanted or as far down. And when I did that, I think I got a little bit straighter than what I was wanting, but it was hard to tell without sticking my head over in the camera. And so that's one bad thing about doing the process videos, is because I have to either stand over and block the camera and then edit it out, or leave it in and show you all my, messy hair, or, flip it up, which I'm always trying to work really quick so that my videos aren't long. But you can tell the bottom is more of an angle of what I wanted, and the top's getting a little bit straighter than I wanted. And then the only embellishments that I used were from this collection. So I'm using the sticker sheet, and I have the alphabet sheet and also the element sticker sheets. So I created my title from it. They had a little strip that said "Let's go." Actually, I think it might have said "Let's go on an adventure," but I wanted to do different fonts, and so I just cut it apart and used the "Let's go," and then used the red block letters for part of it, and then the large green polka dot for the rest of the title. And then I'm just pulling out different embellishments. I'm looking for things that will kind of fit the theme as well as the colors, and to split those apart. And since I have more like squares and rectangles, everything's very square on this layout, I wanted embellishments that were round. And so that was the first thing that I went looking for. And you'll notice that this is not heavily embellished. The paper is so bright, and all of those strips are just really busy patterned papers. And even though that striped background, you wouldn't necessarily look at it and think that's really, really busy, it is a busy print, and the clouds print, or the cloud print, is very busy. So I needed all of the embellishments to kind of calm everything back down. So I picked circles. For that top one, I ended up using two different ones because I love the clouds. I wanted to pull that cloud background back into the layout, but I wanted some of the color, so I picked the one with the flower, and then I have the red heart, and then the blue on the other side. And then pretty much the only other embellishments I'm going to put on there are the sequin stickers on this sheet. And so I use those to get the colors repeated into each one of these clusters that I'm using in my color scheme, so that I can pull them around the page. And that's it. It was very, very simple, very quick because of using the sketch, even though I changed it up. It was a very fast layout to put together. And then I'm going to put my journaling, and I just put it down on that red kind of checkered patterned paper at the bottom. And that's going to complete this layout. So thanks so much for watching. I am just blown away by the response that I've had on this series. And I'm so glad that you're enjoying it, and it's inspiring you to kind of stretch those sketches out and to get more use out of them. I have plenty more coming. I know that it will run until the end of August, so every Thursday you can check back on this YouTube channel right here. If you're not a subscriber, click subscribe, and then you'll be notified as soon as it goes live. But I'm trying to get them all put up ahead of time so they'll be ready bright and early on Thursday mornings for you to watch. And remember that there's the Pinterest board and more information on my blog. So again, thanks so much for watching and commenting, and I will see you again real soon.